everybody, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com, and today we're going to take look at one of the classic classical guitar pieces called Romance. Now this is a kind of a standard piece in the classical guitar repertoire, but I think it's really accessible for just about anybody that's playing any style of acoustic guitar. So even if you don't have a nylon string, just feel free to try it. Now what we're doing here in the left hand is some pretty simple one-note melodies followed by some pretty big stretching bar chords. So it is going to be kind of simple at times, and then sometimes, especially in the second half of the piece, which we'll take a look at in the part 2 video, there's going to be some pretty big stretches in the left hand to try to get your hand around. In the right hand we have a very consistent picking pattern. So I'm going to show you that picking pattern first because it goes throughout the song. And it's a good little descending arpeggio exercise to play through. So we're going to start with your thumb on the 6th string here, and then your ring finger. We're going to have that on the tablature for this, which you can get the tablature if you look at the link in the video's description. The ring finger is called A. That is the symbol for the ring finger, M for the middle, and I for the index finger, and then P for the thumb. So we have the thumb on the 6th string and then the ring finger on the 1st string. We're going to pick those two together. Now you want to do in this motion, as soon as you pick those two notes, you're going to plant your middle finger onto the 2nd string. So you just want those to be one motion. So as I pick the outer 2 strings, my middle finger lands on the middle string, so it's preparing. Then as I pick the middle string, with my middle finger, my index plants on the 3rd string. So as the middle goes, so it's like they're walking. One goes to the next string while the one is plucking another. And then as your 3rd string is being plucked by your index finger, you're going to move your thumb back to the bass string, and then the A finger back to the high E. See how both the outer notes are now preparing for their stroke as that last note is hit. So we have everything is prepared before it's actually played. And that's kind of a standard way you would train your hands when playing classical guitar, but it works for really any style of fingerstyle guitar. So now we're going to take that pattern and we're going to take it through the song here. So make sure you follow the tablature. It's going to start pretty simple with our pinky here at the 7th fret, and we're going to do that pattern we just did. Now what we do is we do the bass note every 3 times through the descending arpeggio. So to start, we have what we just did, and then you do the arpeggio again, just the top 3 strings without the bass note, and then one more time. So we have the next time we're going to now add the bass note again. So we're starting to move the melody around now. That's 7 on the high E to 5 to 3. So far. Okay, and then we're going to do this. So that's 3 on the high E, then 2, then 0. Then we're going to pick the 0 again with the bass note, so starting the pattern over. So we're doing it, since it's 3 times through the descending pattern, with the bass note starting at each time, I'm just going to show you the whole piece in fragments like that. So the next 3 is 0, 3, 7 on the high E. And then all the way up here to 12 with your pinky, 3 times. So I have this. 12. Now it's 12, 10, 8, so I'm going to do 12 with my pinky, 10 with my second finger, then I'm going to shift back and grab the 8 with my pinky because I have a bar coming up and I need that pinky to be holding that note. Alright, now we do our first bar. Just put your first finger right across all 6 strings on the 5th fret. And on the top melody note string, we're going to have 8, 7, 5. So that 5 is going to be taken care of with a bar. And then go back up. So I just want 5, 7, 8 that time. Then we're going to come up here and we're going to grab this B major. And that's going to be a full bar at the 7th fret with your second finger at the 8th fret on the 3rd string. Do the first picking pattern, so that melody is going to be at the 7th fret on the high E string, and then the 8th fret. So this is a little bit of you have to rotate your hand just a little bit to get your 3rd finger in there to grab the 8th fret on the 1st string. So we have this. And then back down to the 7th. So we have. Now, keep holding that bar chord and stretch up with your pinky. This is where we're talking about some of these stretches start happening. Just move at the base of your pinky, move out to the 11th fret on the high E, and the melody notes are going to be 11, back to the 8, back to the 7. So we're still holding that bar exactly like we were before. As you speed the piece up, you don't have to hold that bar too long, and it makes it easier. Then we're going to start back to the 5, 7, 5, 3 on the high E string, back to the easy melody notes, and then 3, 2, 0. Then we're gonna hold this B7 type chord. And that is going to be your first finger at the 5th string on the 2nd fret, 2nd fret on the 3rd string with your 2nd finger, and then the 3rd finger at the 2nd fret on the high E string. You're going to have that B string open. The bass note now right here is on the 5th string, by the way. So make sure you're picking the 5th string there with your thumb now instead. So we did the whole picking pattern just on that chord with no moving of notes, and then we just. Now the movement is going to be 2, 3, 2. So we have. So all together. Then hold an E minor chord. Hold it with your first finger at the 5th string and your 2nd finger on the 4th string because of this bass note we have to play. And we're going to do the picking pattern, and we're going to do the bass note each time through the picking pattern. So the bass note first is going to be on the 4th string, then pick it the same pattern again, but this time with the bass note on the 5th string. And then we're going to put our 3rd finger at the 3rd fret on the low E and do the picking pattern again with the bass note on the 6th string. And then we're going to hit the 2 outside E strings with the thumb and the ring finger. Okay, so make sure you follow along with the tablature, and in the next lesson we're going to take a look at the major section, which is basically the second half of this piece. Okay, have fun.